Hello YouTube and welcome back to VolumetricPrinting. Today a video about how to install OctoPrint on any Windows-based machine. Talk about mini PCs, laptops, you name it, your main PC. They're pretty great because you can run multiple printers on a more powerful PC that can handle multiple webcams or multiple printers, and if not, you might have a mini PC laying around which is cheaper or free essentially, rather than buying a more expensive Raspberry Pi, especially considering the current Pi prices. In my case, I like to install OctoPrint on a new laptop because I can slice files, I can run the server, I can design files. So I have like an all-in-one machine I can bring with me to a let's say community center where I fix elderly people's electronics like radios, etc. that usually have like broken knobs, cogs, whatever, and I have an all-in-one package I can bring with me then. So let's get to it. First of all, I give credit to Mr. Fussel from the community.octoprint.org site, which has an awesome guide I've been using for years at this point. He sometimes updates it, but obviously it's not something he would spend time with constantly to update all the time. So I'll add some stuff to it, even though it's a very comprehensive guide that you can't really go wrong. So if you'd rather skip the video and just get the text and just do it like that, I have it in the description. So, first of all, you'd have to, if I go and open up my instance of my laptop, there we go. I'm remoting into it, which has some limitation I'll get to later. You go to the website, it's linked in the description, for Python. In my case, I want Python version 3.13.11. When you open the link, you'll get python.com/downloads. There you go. And before you install it, Google which version of Python OctoPrint currently supports. When I started out at first, it supported version 3.7 to 3.12, and currently it supports up to 3.13, I believe. So we will install 3.13, but in the future it might be a higher version, so you might as well just go for the higher one. But always Google it and double check. If it can't run for whatever reason, it's usually the reason of your Python version is too high. So currently it's 3.13. If it's higher, you can go for the higher one, but 3.13 for now. Click on download. You go scroll all the way down to files, and you go to Windows Installer 64-bit. You click on that. You get a little installer. You click on that. You'll click on not quick install, you click on custom install, which will be the bottom. I have it already installed, but if you click on custom install, you'll get these pop-ups. You'll click on documentation, pip, and the Pi launcher. These two you don't have to install. You click on next. Add the precompile library, click on the debugging symbols, even though I don't think you need this one, but I'll just enable it anyway. And then you click on install. However, if you click on browse, which I usually do, but I believe because I'm remoting in I can't, I go to program files over here in my C drive. I right click, make a new folder called Python, and I will select that folder in here so I can always know where it is. But because I'm installing it remotely, I can, I think, only do it through this. And then I click on install. And in my case, I already installed it, so it says updating instead of installing. So installing takes a little bit longer, but not that much. I'll just let it load. There we go. And it's installed. To double check, you'll go to your start menu, type in CMD for command prompt. Always run it as administrator. Click yes, and then you type in py space -- version double point, enter. And then you should see which version of Pi is currently installed. If it's this, it's fine. If it's higher, you might have to uninstall that version first and then downgrade to this one, for instance. So as long as it says that, you're good. Next, you should go to another link, which is Visual Studio. Nope. And when you open this up, you go all the way down to Tools for Visual Studio and download the Build Tools for Visual Studio. You get this link over here. You open it up, say yes sir, take all my data. Just joking, doesn't actually say that. You click on continue. It'll download for a while, and then you don't see this, but you see like another, you see, I believe, let's see, you see, come on, you see this window. You will click the checkbox here so that this is enabled, and then you will, on the right side, enable the MSVC Build Tools latest, enable the Windows 11 SDK, or if you're running Windows 10, enable the Windows 10 SDK, and just in case, the MSVC version 1.4.3. Not sure if it's still required, but just in case, just download it. It doesn't take any extra data. Click on install, and once that is done, you can close this entire thing. So once it's installed, you're good. Essentially now you have all the requirements to run a instance of OctoPrint. So we will now go to the installation of it. So what we shall do is, let me clean up my previous mess a little bit. There you go. Delete this file. Let me empty my recycle bin because it always is tedious for me. So what you shall do is you'll right click here, new folder, OctoPrint, capital O and capital P is very important. Now you have a empty folder, yes? What you will then do is go here, CMD again, or command prompt, and run it as well as administrator. I will have a code in the description that says, well, this that you see here, C drive, OctoPrint, and it'll load everything. Then it'll load something else, bat file. Click on enter key. Once you click the enter key, this happens. If it doesn't, restart the CMD and copy paste the code again. Wait for it to load and click enter again until it does work. And if it says virtual environment, or in short VENV, see OctoPrint, you're good. You can change the drive OctoPrint is on if you like it on another drive, but every time you do that, be sure you have the right drive. So if you copy any code of mine that says C drive, be sure you put a D or Z or whatever drive instead. So once this is here, this means a virtual environment for this folder has been opened in Python. And what you then will type in is pip space install space OctoPrint, and then you let it do its thing. It downloads all the dependencies, all the required files, all the things you will need to run it. And I'll just give it a second. Okay, as you can see, it says here that it's installed. Basically, to double check, you do it again, pip install OctoPrint, and it should say requirement already satisfied. It's done and installed. So this is now done. You technically speaking have the server, but to run the server, what you have to do is run the command in the same environment, venv. If you accidentally close this, copy and paste the same code again, paste it, click enter after the bat file, and then you should be back to venv, and type in just the code again. Let's see, give me a second. OctoPrint space serve. It'll load everything, and now it's essentially running the server. The first time takes the longest, so just give it a bit. Now it says it's done. Okay, so now the server is running. What you will then do is you open a new CMD. Doesn't matter what it is, and you type in ipconfig, and you can find your IP4 address. Don't worry, this isn't a leak or anything, because this is a this is your local IP address for your machines. So only your machines can interact with this IP specifically. Your long IP is something else that you shouldn't share. So, and mine is dynamic anyway, so it's whatever. So this is the IP that this specific laptop is on. So what you'll do is go to the browser, type in that IP, $5000, enter. And now you'll get this setup. You get a few questions beforehand on like your printers and settings, and you have to make an account. When you make the account, it's a local account, so you don't have to be scared of it being online or anything. And once you keep going through that entire setup menu, you're basically good to go. Per printer it's different, of course, because you have to set how big your printer is, what's your XYZ dimensions you can print at. You can skip the part for the camera, but if you do use a webcam or anything, that's also where you can put in the link for the webcam essentially. And what I will help you now with is setting up the buttons essentially for you to be able to remotely restart your OctoPrint thing, because it's annoying to keep closing this, reopening it from the batch file. So this is something I would recommend you to do. I would also save this IP if you log into your modem or whatever you're installing to. You should allocate this IP to be static. You have to Google how to do that because it's different per modem. But if you put this static, this will never change, and you can always click on a little hotbar link and it'll open the instance instantly. So I would recommend you doing that. So make this IP static to the device. If not, you just have to run ipconfig every time you restart your PC essentially, and go to that link manually. Or you'll type in, I think it's localhost $5000. I think that also, yep, that also works. So if you click localhost 5000, you don't have to look at the IP. But I recommend you to set the IP to static, which is also good for the webcams, because the webcams cannot switch automatically either. So once you have that done, it's again annoying to start your OctoPrint server. So let's see what you can do to manually start it, because as you can see, this is the server. I close it, and if I refresh the space, it says the server is offline. If I open CMD again and I paste this code in, which is basically the C drive OctoPrint script, and then where the exe is to start OctoPrint, should be there, but apparently it's not. To start OctoPrint server, let's see if you want to. Okay, well, it doesn't want to do this because let's see, it's OctoPrint scripts, scripts, and then do I even? Yeah, I have the OctoPrint exe right here. Why? Oh, I know why. Remember what I said before? Always run in administrator mode. No? Scripts, OctoPrint. Did I make a mistake? So scripts, OctoPrint. Distortion. Why is it not doing this? So C OctoPrint, yes. VNV. I almost feel like I have the wrong. No scripts, yes. Okay, well. Okay, why it's not working, I have no idea. But I don't like to do it this way, it's annoying. So what I do is I right click, new shortcut, paste that same command, location in minus the server, of course. So what I do is I go browse, I go local disk, OctoPrint, VNV, scripts, then I look for the octoprint.exe. Okay, next, next. And what you should have now is a little, it's hard to see, an OctoPrint button. This is a shortcut essentially to start it. So every time you restart your PC, I double click it, and it does the same thing, it starts setting. What I have for my mini PC is that this starts up the moment I start my PC. So if you start a task plan scheduler, sorry, this is not my laptop. So if I go to task scheduler, yeah, what you can do in here is you can say, hey, I want to make a task. So file or action, maybe create new task. Yes. So name start OctoPrint on startup, for instance. Yeah. Description, you can type in your starts OctoPrint when power is on. So what you do is you will run it whenever the user is logged in or not, because sometimes I start my mini PC, but I do not log in. So it's just one button and I don't have to do anything. Because if you do this, you would still have to log into the PC to start the instance. So if you click on this, it'll just start the server before you even log in. So you don't have to do anything, it's just on. Let's see, what you will then do is configure for Windows 10 in my case, because that's what I will be using for this. Trigger, don't have to do anything there, I believe. I don't think it'll even no, you don't have to do anything here, so cancel that. Actions, there you go. Start a program, browse, go to your desktop where you saved it, double click the shortcut, so it'll start a program that is this program. Okay, and then conditions, start task only if the PC is on AC power, because I don't like it if it's on battery, for instance, right? But in case for the mini PC, doesn't matter. But if it's on a laptop, you would only want to start it when it's on battery power, for instance. You can do that. But I would never want to stop the server. So I click on this. So start only if the computer is on AC. I would highly tell you to enable this, but disable the stop if it switches to battery, because it will just cancel your print if you accidentally, remove the power cable. Let's see. So there's that. You can click on OK, for instance. I believe that's it. Sorry. Click on stop the task if it runs longer than 3 days. Disable that because you want it to run indefinitely, essentially. Let's see. I think that's it. You click on OK. And then you have to type in your password. So for me, that's, if I believe it's this. Yep. Use your password that you use to log into the computer. So now in the bottom here, it should have something called, I forgot how I named it, to be honest. Let's see. I actually did forget how I named it, so. Oh god. Is it run or start OctoPrint? Well. Give me a second to double check. Yeah, I think I forgot what I named it, to be honest. Ctrl F, maybe it works? Nope. Always. Just give me a second to figure out which one it is. Or is it here? No. Okay, well, let's double check. Active task currently enabled and not expected. Okay, well. I don't even think it's in here yet. Because I haven't started it yet, so it should not be. Because I actually don't want to enable it on this PC, but let me double check. Don't think it's the case. No. Well, I can always disable it later. So I believe Firefox backup, don't care. Support start. Oh yeah, start OctoPrint. If I go in task schedule library, there it is. Jesus. So if you want to disable it, you can delete it here or edit it. So it's here. So every time my PC starts up without logging in, it will just run the server even though I'm not logged in. So let's delete that for now. because I don't want it to automatically do it on this PC. For the mini PC, it's fine. So what I can do, server is offline, double click, opens the server, and it's running. And then I'll reload this page. As you can see, it's running. And now I will show you how to enable some software to, let's say, use these buttons here to shut down the PC, to restart OctoPrint or restart it in safe mode. Sometimes the OctoPrint can crash for whatever reason. If you have to restart your PC and then you'd have to restart OctoPrint, it's tedious. So I would like the button to work. But as you can see, it says here that it's doing it, but the server is still running because it doesn't know the command. In the description, I'll have 3 files in a Google Doc you can download, which will basically be put into the C drive again, OctoPrint, V scripts. You have to paste it in here to make them work. So I'll do that right now actually. Let's see if I can manage to grab those files on my other PC. Because my plan for this is actually just to copy paste all the files. So can I close this please? There you go. So there's the let's see, there's the restart PC, OctoPrint, and restart bat. So copy these 3, and then I'll go to my other PC and paste it there to transfer the file manually. For you guys, it would just be a quick and easy what's it called? Quick and easy well, download and drag the folder, I guess. So let's place them here for now, I guess. There we go. Close these, close this, and then I'll go to the it is actually this one, so there we go. So now I'm in here. I can download and drag the files to, if it wants to download, please. Yeah, of course it doesn't want to work. Come on, you can do it. Are you really gonna be like this? PC, thank you. Okay, so I can drag these 3 files, copy, paste, settings, oh god, yes. File, yep, okay. You will not get this issue, this is just me. Desktop. I'm just keeping all of the mistakes in because, yep. So paste it here. You'll drag these 3 files that you've downloaded into the script folder. There you go. Once that is done, you click on the gear icon or the tool icon here. Go to, I believe it's script somewhere. No, G-code script. It's the. Which one is it? Feature, no. Access control, no. Application key, no. Server, yep, servers. And you will type these 3 codes in their respective places. Restart OP, restart PC, and shutdown PC. I will have it on the what's it called? I will have it in the link in the description again. So you can just copy paste those and you save it. Once that is done, for one time you do have to manually close the server and then manually open it up again because it has to refresh that button, I guess. And once that is done, as you can see, it's done loading here. If that is done, you can now click the power button here and restart OctoPrint. Proceed. And it's performing a restart now, as you can see, without your touching anything. So this is great if you have a mini PC or your laptop running in another room or basement or whatever, and you don't have a direct access. So you don't have to walk all the way there to restart it and do it again. So as you can see, I can restart this and I have full access again. And I can also just restart the system. So I can just like this, I can just restart the system and everything works accordingly. There's plenty of guides around on how to install plugins that I would definitely recommend, because there are certain plugins such as bed visualizer, etc. That are, in my opinion, just necessary even to make this quite a bit more useful. Because what you can do is you can upload your files in here and essentially run your printer wirelessly. This is the instance that I usually use. This is the mini PC that's on the printer itself. I have a dashboard with a webcam that I can see the temperatures of the bed, nozzle and the fan speed. I can always pause it, I can cancel, I can print, I can cancel a singular object. If I have a file, for instance, let's see this one that I load in. As you can see, I have 3 files, which because I have multiple parts in the, if I go to pretty G code, let's see. This is like a preview, which is also nice to have. I have multiple parts. I have 2 sets of lid and base. So if I go to cancel object and I see that in the webcam one of the prints is essentially stringing or whatever, I can click on the cancel object and I can cancel this file, yes. And it would only cancel the file that's messed up and it will continue printing the other file like nothing has happened, which is great. I have a resource monitor to see if everything is working accordingly, you know, like no weird stuff going on. As you can see, uptime is 10 days because I disabled the shutdown of the program, which would otherwise shut down after 3 days. There's the Octolapse for time lapses, which is also great. A file manager, which is honestly recommended, because having to delete every one of these manually is annoying, while I can just select all and delete. Bed visualizer to help leveling the bed. I have these custom buttons for different mechanical bed leveling or nozzle wiping. I can manually jog the printer, as you can see, at distance. I can home it, I can extrude some filament when it's heated up. I also cannot extrude when the extruder is below temperature. See? Cold extrusion is prevented, so it can't mess up anything. And I can see the target temperatures if one of my thermistors or something is failing. So that's just a few of the things that you can do. You can also remotely look into your printer from a distance. If you use a service like DocDNS to remotely, from a distance, log into your printer, for instance, which is a very great thing. It's also very safe still. So this is this part, yes. So up to the final part, which is updating OctoPrint. So this is another code that I will put in the description. This is what I use to update my OctoPrint, because you cannot update it the regular way. So if you want to update OctoPrint, the thing crashed again, I believe. The Windows thing doesn't like. This usually never happens, but let's close the instance, I guess. There you go. Come on. Okay, cancel, whatever, and then oh, I think it works now. Yeah. So what you will do is you open a notepad, like so. This notepad, you paste this code in, yes. File, save as. I just call it OctoPrint update.bat or BAT, all files, and you will save it. When you save it, you'll get this icon over here, which is like with the gearbox, and if you double click it, sorry, it's actually this code. I made a mistake. So if you save it like this, so this code you paste, it has the word PIP upgrade in it, and it's crashing again. Windows, why are you such an ass? Come on. It usually never does this, and I'm wondering why. Come on. Cancel, there you go. So it's in here, file, save as, OctoPrint update.bat, all file, you save it. I already have it, so I'll cancel that. So you have this gearbox icon, and if you double click it, it'll run the command. I close this. Come on. Just have to have OctoPrint open. It's been a while since I've done it actually. OctoPrint is open. And I will click update. Yeah, okay, so OctoPrint has to be open, I guess. And it'll go, or I think it's actually because I'm already on the latest version, but if it isn't, it'll run through the entire script again, like you saw before when it was installing. And after that, you just close it again, and then you reopen it, and then you'll have the latest version of OctoPrint installed. I know this video is a bit haphazardly everywhere, all over the place, but yeah, it's the best to my ability, where I can be like, okay, well, this is how it works. So go ahead, try it out. It's not hard, as you can see. Just be sure you will try your best to put the IP of this device on static. Otherwise, you'll have to use the local host 5,000, which is also fine. And yeah, you should now have a working instance of OctoPrint that's available on any PC on your local network, essentially. So thank you for watching, and up to the next time. And thank you for spending the half hour of me rambling. To save a lot of time, actually, if you have other PCs running, you can just install Python, the same version, of course, and the Visual Studio discrepancies, of course, and you can literally just copy paste the OctoPrint folder into the C drive of the other PC, and you should be able to run it. But I'm not sure about that. I just have to test it myself because it has dependencies you might have to install. So enjoy that one.